In our life, we tend to do more mistakes than right things. Because every time we try to do something, either we don't know the procedure or the way to do it, or even though we know how to do it, we forget the steps. And due to that, we end up making mistakes. But the most important thing is what we learn from those mistakes. Because if you make a mistake and learn from it, then it was not a waste of a mistake. But if you repeat the same mistake again and again and again, then it was a series of wasted mistakes. In today's video, we are going to talk about some quotes that will help us understand the importance of making mistakes and learning from them. 1. I never made a single mistake in my whole life. When someone says this, they are probably lying to you. No one can claim they have never made a single mistake in their whole life, because even the greatest scientist also makes mistakes. Even the greatest businessman also makes mistakes. Because no matter who you are, where you are, everyone makes mistakes. But what matters is what you learn from your mistakes. So if anyone claims they have never made a mistake in their whole life, they are probably lying to you. 2. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so as to avoid trying. There is nothing in this world that we can do perfectly. Because even if you don't try and do anything in your life, that itself is a failure. Because you could have tried and done that thing and succeeded. But because you didn't try, you failed. So in order to be successful in our life, we need to keep on trying again and again and again. And in that process, we are definitely going to make mistakes. So it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so as to avoid trying. 3. Failure is the mother of success. This quote means that all the successes that we get in our life, behind each success, there is a failure that has helped us to be successful. Because if you are successful in something, it means that you have failed many times in that thing before being successful. So it is very important to accept failures in our life. Because if you are afraid of failure, then you are going to be afraid of taking risks. And if you are afraid of taking risks, then you are going to be afraid of doing anything new. So in order to be successful in our life, we need to accept failures as part of our life. Because behind each success, there are many failures. 4. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Here, the author is telling us that our biggest weakness is giving up. Because whenever we face a problem in our life, whenever we face a failure in our life, we want to give up. But if we want to be successful in our life, then we should not give up. We should try again and again and again. Because it is possible that the next time you try, you might succeed. So never give up. Try one more time. Try one more time and then give up. But don't ever think that you will give up at the first time you fail. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. 5. The man who goes alone can start today, but he who travels with another must wait till that other is ready. It is better to start late than to start wrong. If you are in a team, if you are working with others, then you need to wait for others to join you. Because if you go before they are ready, then you are going to make mistakes. Because when you do things alone, you tend to make mistakes. But when you do things with others, you tend to make less mistakes. Because when you work in a team, you learn from others. You take their experience, their knowledge, and then you do things. So it is better to start late than to start wrong. The man who goes alone can start today, but he who travels with another must wait till that other is ready. 6. You don't learn from your successes. You learn from your mistakes. This quote simply tells us that we don't learn from our successes, but we learn from our mistakes. Because whenever we succeed in something, we feel happy. And when we feel happy, we don't want to do anything. We just want to relax and enjoy the moment. But when we make a mistake, then we tend to analyze what went wrong and how can we improve. So we need to focus on our mistakes, not on our successes. You don't learn from your successes, you learn from your mistakes. 7. Mistakes are not the opposite of successes. They are part of success. Whenever a successful person is being interviewed, they always say that they have made many mistakes in their life before being successful. So we need to understand that making mistakes is part of being successful. Because if you are successful in your life, It means you have made mistakes and learned from them. So mistakes are not the opposite of success. They are part of success. 8. Do the hard work now so you can enjoy the success later. If you want to be successful in your life, then you need to work hard, because there is no substitute to hard work. And if you want to work hard, then you need to do the hard work now. Don't think that you will work hard tomorrow, because when you really want to do something, you do the hard work now so that you can enjoy the success later. Don't postpone the hard work. Do the hard work now so you can enjoy the success later. 9. Most people never realize their goals because they don't define them clearly. In order to be successful in our life, we need to set goals. Because if you don't set goals, you don't know what you are going to do. And if you don't know what you are going to do, then you are never going to be successful. And most of the people don't set clear goals, and that's why they fail. So in order to be successful in our life, first of all, we need to set clear goals. Most people never realize their goals because they don't define them clearly. Number 10. If we were meant to be perfect, we wouldn't have been given a delete key. The only reason why we make mistakes is because we are humans. Because if you are a robot, if you are a machine, then you don't make mistakes. Because you are pre-programmed to do the task. But we are humans. So we are bound to make mistakes. So it is okay to make mistakes. Just learn from your mistakes and move on. Don't just keep on regretting your mistakes, because if you keep on regretting your mistakes, then you are wasting your time. You are wasting your life. So if we were meant to be perfect, we wouldn't have been given a delete key. 11. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Be afraid of the mistakes you don't learn from. As we have already discussed, we are going to make mistakes. So it is not the mistake that you should be afraid of, but you should be afraid of not learning from your mistakes. Because if you make a mistake and don't learn from it, then it is a series of wasted mistakes. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Be afraid of the mistakes you don't learn from. We hope you liked these quotes. If you liked these quotes, then share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching the video.